welcome to the last video of the Work From Home Yoga Challenge. Now, for the last few days, we've been bringing you different postures, demonstrating different postures to help you with back pain. And now, the last asana is one of the most important asanas in the practice of yoga, and that is the Shavasana, or the corpse pose. Now, most people say that it's their favorite posture because they think that the Shavasana is very easy. They think that everybody knows how to do it, and they think just lying down and pretending to be a dead body is very easy. But actually, the Shavasana is one of the most difficult postures of yoga. In the Shavasana, you're supposed to be able to withdraw from your physical body. So it's not about lying down and pretending to be dead. You're supposed to be able to withdraw from your physical body and actually go into a deeper consciousness, into a deeper state of mind. And to do that is very, very difficult. It is almost like meditation, and it doesn't mean that you're supposed to just lie down and forget everything or even fall asleep, which is what a lot of people think. Conversely, I've seen that a lot of people don't spend enough time in Shavasana. They think it's a waste of time. In classes, in yoga classes, very frequently we see that people will, leave when the main class is done right before Shavasana, they leave because they think it's not important enough. But the Shavasana is very important in resetting the body to its natural, to its original state. When you do the practice of yoga, what happens is that a lot of physical and mental disturbances might happen in the body. It's not always a process of feeling peaceful and a lot of peace and calmness. Sometimes a lot of deep-seated emotions come out. A lot of old injuries flare up. A lot of the wrong movements happen. And to bring that back to an even, steady state is what the Shavasana is for. Now, everybody has seen the traditional Shavasana, which is just basically lying down on the floor, and you take the legs. I like to take the legs the distance of the mat apart, allow the toes to flop out, place the back of the head on the floor, hands slightly away, about 30 degrees away from the body, palms are facing up to the ceiling, and fingers are gently curled inside. And I've seen a lot of people flop the head to one side. That is not right. You keep your head pointing straight and roll the shoulders back slightly. So the lumbar back is slightly lifted but not too much. To come out of the Shavasana, you should always turn to the right and come up. But today I want to show you something that can make the Shavasana even like a more relaxed posture. And that is with the use of something under the head. So I like to use a block under the head, or sometimes even a rolled up blanket, or like a cushion or something. So what I like to do is always place my head on a raised surface, because you want your chin to sort of come down closer to the chest. When your chin is up, sometimes when the curve of the upper spine is so much that when you place the head on the floor, the chin tends to curve upward, and that makes for an active mind. But when the chin comes forward, like for instance, when I lie down, and when the chin drops forward, then the mind is more relaxed. The eyes can close easily and the mind becomes more relaxed. So this is the reason why I always like to have something under the head. And now you can actually make this a regular practice. You could even have like a pillow and practice with your Shavasana. See how much more relaxing this head posture is as compared to just being flat on the floor. Now, another thing that I really like is to actually use a bolster. And again, you can simulate the height of the bolster by using like a bunch of pillows. And again, on top of the bolster, I like to have something for the head, like a support for the head. And what I do is, I sit away from the bolster. So it's about like one hand's distance away from the bolster. And when I lie down, then I try to have like the last rib cage resting on the edge of the bolster, and then allow the chest and the spine to sort of unroll on the bolster. Place the head again on top of a raised surface, whether it's a block or a rolled blanket, that's up to you. Take the hands out and then extend the legs out just like you would if you were lying flat on the floor. Now if you notice, Here the shoulders automatically curve outwards. Here the chest automatically lifts up. So there's a sense of relaxation and an opening on the chest when this happens. Also, there's an extension of the spine. And when there is this extension of the spine is able to rest more. So, so this is, these are two different ways. There are many ways that you can practice the Shavasana to aid and to promote better rest. But remember, the one main takeaway from this video is that the Shavasana is not the easiest posture in yoga, and it doesn't just mean just lie down and sleep. It doesn't mean that. It means try to withdraw from the external world, from your external body, to go within and try to see what is happening on the inside instead of just what's happening on the outside. So I hope you found this challenge useful, and practice the Shavasana even daily. It is a great meditative practice. And if you have any questions, do reach out to Medha from Amruta Bindu Yoga, or reach out to me. We answer all DMs, we answer all comments. And yes, we would like to hear from you about how you found this this entire series that we've done, and whether it's been helpful for you. So thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and to follow us on all of social media and on YouTube. Thank you.